Pimp was hilarious.
Yeah, nah, man, them guys crack me up. I almost think they just want to be seen with me.
For sure.
Yeah. I really think they don't have nothing to talk about. They just want to get on there and be seen with me.
Right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think something wrong with it, but to each his own. Yeah, I got something better to do on a Saturday night or a Sunday night than to sit up on a nigga's live to try to be antagonistic to him. And
right.
I get something from doing this. I got a platform. I got a brand. I've become a content creator.
Right.
By you being on the other side fucking with me.
Right.
You gets nothing for fucking with me.
Somebody got to do it, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I need content.
Right, that's just a lot of life. That's a lot of life, man. That's all right.
Yeah, but nah, man, I just want to appreciate you, homie, the hospitality that you've extended, the warm welcome. You rolled out the red carpet. And like I said, man, my publicist said that this is the blueprint for booking Charleston White. So you set this shit in stone, nigga.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man. I had to. Yeah, I appreciate you.
And you got good people around you, homie.
Yeah,
you got real good people around you.
Oh yeah, I have to, man. My circle is very small.
Yeah,
and it's filled with good people, man. Hopefully you get into that circle.
Oh man, I wouldn't have came if I can't get in.
Right.
Yeah. I don't show up just for the money.
Right.
I show up for the relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see that, man.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell everybody, man, how real this man is. I had him for a previous booking, and he called me because there was a conflict in scheduling, and he said, "Man, I got to go to the 85 South show. Which day did I have you booked for?" And I told him the date, and there was a conflict.
Yeah.
I said,
I was booking my own shit, right? So I didn't have a publicist, I didn't have a manager.
Right.
So I was booking shit, nigga, and was booking shit on the same day.
Right.
In 2 different states.
Right. Right.
Just excited about being able to do the work. And so after me and you had that situation, I had to hit the reset button.
Right.
And say, man, I got to put some structure to this because I don't want to fuck over the good people.
Right.
And typically the good people are the ones who you encounter, who you pass up, going up along the way.
Right.
Some people step on the good people.
For sure.
I didn't want to step on the good people, homie.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I want to tell everybody. He told me he had to do the 85 South show, and there was an overlap. And I stopped in mid-sentence, and I said, man, the 85 South show is a huge platform.
Yeah.
Go do that. And you said, nah, man, I obligated to you first, and I missed that shit.
Yeah.
Before I missed your show.
Yeah.
And I had no platform.
Yeah, you had no platform.
And I appreciate that. And I will say this. I don't think that I have that level of morality. And I'm struggling to get it. And what I mean is not that I wouldn't have came.
You would have been like 85 South show, I'll get you later.
Right. Right. And I admire that. And it was very some man shit to do.
Yeah, I actually had I had the 85 South show, and then I had a guy that was booking me and Desi Banks to do something together.
Yeah.
My spirit, I was excited, homie.
He's here.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Oh, nah.
He's here in Charlotte.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I think today's his last day.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was booked with something with him that actually didn't go through. But I was excited. But my spirit was convicted about me putting you off to the side for these big names.
I heard it in your voice.
Yeah, and so I was like, man, here's a test.
Right.
So I wrestled with that for days.
I would have failed it like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I wrestled with that for days, homie. And so I know at the end of the day, if I fall, these are the people I got to fall back down to.
Right.
And typically when you fall back down, the people don't catch you.
Right.
They let you hit the ground. Right. And just in case I fall, I want you to be there to catch me, homie. And
you know what? That was a life lesson for me. That was a moment for me. That it probably wasn't too much for you, but it was for me.
Yeah.
And I learned from that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Already, homie. And shout out to my publicist, man. She came in and she made everything right. With good mediation skills.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Shout out to Dr. O.
Already, man. Shout out to Dr. O.
So let's talk about the empty man.
Okay. Who is the empty man?
Well, the reason I got that name was because I realized we had some conversation.
Yeah.
And I was telling you a story, and I'll tell y'all this story. When I grew up with no father, as I already said.
Yeah.
Right? And having no father in the household, I didn't recognize it was an issue until I got older. I never knew it was a problem.
It's normal.
It's normal.
It's
right.
abnormal, but it's normal.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't become a problem until I became a young man. You know, my mother met a gentleman around the age, I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
He lived with us. She got married to him when I believe I was 17.
Okay.
And he wasn't the type of man to have conversation with me.
The older man didn't talk.
Right. He didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
He didn't talk at all. So, you know, I was doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was running the streets at this time. I was in the street every day. I was never home. I was always in the street.
Yeah.
And I had a responsibility to pull trash cans to the front.
That's it.
That's it.
Your only responsibility was just to pull the trash to the front.
Pull the trash cans to the front. I couldn't even do that. Right?
Damn.
Couldn't do that on time.
You and me both.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I heard him, you know, he would never say nothing to me.
As most smart men would. So meaning if I marry a woman and she got a 17-year-old kid, I ain't got no business coming in saying nothing to that boy.
Right. And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Because you'll kill him or he'll have to kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I walked up on him talking to my mother about me.
Yeah, he need to take that trash can out. The boy don't do nothing. So you hearing him gripe and complaining about you.
Right. And you know, I flipped out.
And you think you tough at this time.
Tough as a motherfucker.
And you in them streets.
All day.
And you fighting out there.
Already.
So you really want to jump on him.
Right.
Yeah. You already resent him.
Right.
Yeah. You secretly resent him just for him showing up in the household as a man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I heard him talking and I said, why don't you talk to me, motherfucker? You know? Talking to my mama, talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I bucked up and he threw a conch shell at me. And I don't know if y'all know what a conch shell is. It's one of them decorative shells with the spikes on it.
Yeah.
You can put your hand in it. You can put your ear to it and they say you can
and you hear the water. Yeah.
Right. So he threw that shit at me, man. And I ran to the kitchen and got a Michael Myers knife. I got a butcher knife. And I ran at this man. And my mother grabbed at my shirt. And all her fingers missed except for one finger. And my legs was running, so I got momentum, but she yanked my shirt back so my legs came out from under me.
Yeah.
And I hit the ground, and she grabbed that blade with her hand. But I was going to kill that man. And that's what I wanted to do. I was looking for a reason to kill something. You know?
In counseling and psychology and psychiatrist therapy sessions, they call that displaced anger.
Right.
You really walking around angry at the fact that your father's not there. You really walking around angry at the fact that you and your mother relationship may be what it was before he showed up. Right. So he shows up getting your mother's attention, affection, and then your mother's doing as he say do. So you hate a motherfucker like that.
And you know what made this shit even worse?
What's that?
My mother had told me maybe a couple weeks prior that I'm married now and my husband come first.
Oh, boy, you ready? Oh, man, as a 17-year-old boy who been with mama all his life, you really want to kill that nigga.
I want to kill him dead.
He taking my mama.
Right.
Yeah. And not knowing, man, mama was doing what every good woman's supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, homie, you cling from your mother and you cling to your husband and your wife.
Right.
Nothing comes before your wife. Nothing comes before your husband, your children, your mother, nothing but God.
Right.
The children come second to your husband, to your wife. We tend to get that mixed up as black people. We think the kids is everything. Man, them kids ain't shit. Yeah, we think the kids everything. Man, fuck them kids. Man, them kids go grow up and leave both of us.
Right.
Yeah, them kids go grow up and say fuck mom and daddy.
For sure.
As we do, right?
We do, yeah.
Most of the time, kids are lying to their mom and daddy.
Right.
Most of the times, kids are manipulating their mother and their father.
Right.
Children aren't good to parents. Parents are good to children.
Mm-hmm.
Children forget that. Children are not good to parents. Right. They lie.
Right.
They tell half lies.
Right.
So, and we make our parents look real bad. Mm-hmm. We shame our parents.
Yeah.
We embarrass them. Mm-hmm. And we don't never have any gratitude for them until we get older. So as a child, you're not grateful for what your parents do. You think they're supposed to do it because they're your parents.
Right.
Yeah, that's you think your mom and dad is supposed to like you. They ain't supposed to like you. They just supposed to raise you and take care of you. They ain't gotta like you.
Right.
They don't have to love you.
Right.
They're obligated to take care of you.
Right.
So I didn't understand that concept, homie, until I saw that movie Fences with Denzel Washington.
I've always seen that clip, but I never seen the movie.
Say, man, that's real. Nigga, I ain't gotta like you, motherfucker. Right. I ain't even want you born. Yeah, but I gotta take care of you, nigga. Right. Right. So now, homie, we don't understand parents until we start trying to parent right.
Right.
I'm gonna say that again. We don't understand our parents until we start trying to parent right.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. Do you appreciate your stepfather now? Or have you gained an appreciation for him?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, see that's the difference, homie. Being able to look back now as a man.
Yeah, I harbor no bad feelings.
Okay, good.
With the man at all.
Yeah,
not
good.
at all.
Him and your mom still married?
No.
Divorced?
Yeah.
They didn't make it?
No, they didn't make it.
Already.
Yeah. But so at that time also, I had the streets, right?
Yeah.
But that was my secondary choice. The first thing was the Marine Corps.
Okay.
I wanted to go in the Marine Corps. The soldiers came over to my mother's house to sign the papers, and my mother cried. And she didn't want me to go into the Marines. She wanted me to go to the Navy. She wanted me to go to the Air Force. Anything but the Marine Corps. But
something that she perceived to be easy.
Right.
Yeah. Or less dangerous.
Right. And I just wanted to kill something or be killed.
Stop right there. You was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Mad at the world.
Yep.
Resentful toward any man telling you what to do.
Yep.
And all you wanted to do was kill and die.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to do. Kill and die.
You didn't grow up playing Grand Theft Auto, did you?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Say, nah, homie, you just took us to the mindset and that's the ideology of most young niggas today because we walking around angry.
Right.
That's why they so quick to go off because they don't mind dying or killing.
Right. And you know what I figured out, right?
I figured just kill him. Yeah, you catch a young nigga want to die, kill him.
Yeah.
Cause he go kill you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I didn't have the heart, I guess, to commit suicide. I was too cowardly to do that, but I didn't mind if somebody took me out.
Yeah, you wasn't that tough.
No.
Suicide is not a coward act. Let's just clear that up once. Right. Suicide is not a coward act. It's one of the most courageous things a motherfucker can do. I ain't that courage. Right. I ain't that courageous.
Right.
I ain't that tough. I ain't that strong.
Right.
To hurt me.
Right.
There's some people strong enough to hurt themselves.
For sure.
My best friend did it. Yeah, he did it. And it fucked me up to this day. And it's been over 10 years since it's happened.
I've had the same thing, man.
I watch the effects of what his children have to go through. And I see the pain
right.
That suicide does to the children.
Right.
It's a selfish act. Right. Very much a selfish act.
It's so crazy, man. When I see one of my old friends from the neighborhood, every time he see me, he say, "Boy, you ain't dead yet."
They used to say that to me, nigga.
Yeah.
The juvenile workers.
Yeah.
I was such a, I'm not gonna say a bad kid because I don't believe there's a such thing as a bad child.
Right.
I don't believe in bad children.
Right.
But I was such a challenging kid. The adults used to say that about me.
Yeah.
When they encountered me in my 20s, boy, you ain't dead yet. That used to crush me.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain it. I couldn't explain how they words made me feel by saying, nigga, you ain't dead yet. I just knew you would be in penitentiary. That used to take hope from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, to hear those words.
Right.
But yeah, nah, we ain't dead yet.
Right. And so, with that, you know, I discovered as an older guy now that, you know, we nourish our bodies.
Yeah.
We need certain elements.
Yeah.
B12,
Vitamin D.
Vitamin A,
Yeah.
vitamin
C, all that,
know,
yeah.
all of that. But we don't think about the nourishment of the soul.
Nah, the soul needs forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
That's self-forgiving yourself for when you do wrong.
Right.
The soul needs repentance.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I done wrong and I need to turn away from this. The soul needs love.
Right.
The soul has to have understanding.
Right.
Meaning the people in your world, the people around you, the people in your circle, y'all have to have some level of understanding for your soul to be at peace.
Right.
Or if not, you'll be in a toxic environment. You'll be in turmoil.
Right.
Without understanding.
I was in turmoil.
Yeah.
I was directionless out in this world. Let me tell you, I was dating this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her parents were, you know how the story go. Good girls like bad guys. Right?
You goddamn right they do. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different.
Right. This girl's father had a conversation with me, and he told me, look, he asked me. He asked me first. He was like, so what are your college plans? Where you going? First of all, I barely graduated high school.
You didn't know what the fuck to say.
I told this nigga Duke. I told this nigga I was going to Duke.
You were lying.
I was lying, but I didn't even know
You needed
the credentials it took to get in there. That's how far I was going.
Yeah, I would have told him, say, get this nigga out of my house.
That's what he did.
Yeah, get out of here right now. Little lying motherfucker. You ain't going no goddamn Duke. Nigga, you know what kind of grades you got to have to get in Duke. Say, Chaz, come get this nigga out of here. Yeah, walk him to the car right now.
And that's what happened, man. That was a wrap for me.
Yeah, you in there lying. Instead of just saying, man, I don't know, sir. I don't know which direction to go. I'm just going to be fucking your daughter. Right. And I might get her pregnant. But I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
But he told me, he said, look, my daughter's going to school and y'all need to part. You need to concentrate on the books. And, you know, I don't know where you're going in life, but, you know, this ain't the direction for you. And he told me straight up, if you love my daughter, you like my daughter, if you don't stop talking to my daughter, I'm not paying her tuition. And I swear to you on that. So if you care for her, you let her slide. Man, fuck that tuition. We finna get pregnant. Fuck. Yeah, we can't make responsible decisions right now, sir. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I'm finna sneak and fuck her. So yeah. That's driving my anger even deeper. Well, because I'm hearing that from a man too. Well, that's a level of rejection. Right. See, we naturally feel rejected when our fathers aren't around. Right. In our mind, we create the reasonings why he's not here, right? So that's why most young boys, that's why most black boys can't deal with rejection. Right. Telling them no, man, it's a trigger. Right. It becomes a red flag. Right. And so all it does is further add fuel to the fire of you wanting to hurt another black male. Let me just say that. Right. Yeah. Right, for sure. Especially someone in the form of a male authority figure. Right. You start to resent and hate. It can be the nigga in the training class on the job. Right. And if he seems like he got authoritative presence, or he try to tell you, man, you need to get here on time next time. Now you ready to quit the job. Right.
Every job you get, when a male says something to you, ready to quit or buck him.
Right.
That's your resentments towards your father.
For sure.
Yeah. And if somebody can help us identify that as kids, homie, our process of trying to get past that as young boys and young men would be a lot easier.
Right.
Would be a whole lot easier. We could take more direction from the coach on the football team. Mm-hmm. We can listen more to the male teacher that's trying to tell us something in college.
Right.
But because of our displaced anger, because of our hurt, because of our resentment, because of us feeling abandoned, because we feel unloved, we close every other man out going forward. If he can't relate to us with the bullshit. If he relate to us with the bullshit, we'll latch on to him.
Right.
But if he try to correct us in our bullshit, we'll resent him.
Right. Right.
And so that's what we got, and that's what we're dealing with most young black boys that we encounter.
Right.
He ain't never had a nigga holler at him.
Exactly.
You better not holler at him. He'll shoot you, nigga. He don't know how to take that.
Right.
He'll shoot you if you holler at him.
Right.
He don't know how to receive it.
Right.
So he'll attack it.
Right.
And I'm glad you're able to explain that and go back to your life, homie, and walk yourself to where you at. We need to hear this as black men.
Right.
Yeah, we need to hear this, especially on these social media platforms.
And so, again, I realized that now that I was empty. I had no nourishment of the soul. I had no nourishment of those vitamins that are essential to the soul.
Yeah.
And you
those spiritual nutrients.
Right.
Yeah.
And eventually, if you don't get them, guess what? If you don't get certain nutrients, you're gonna starve to death.
You're gonna decay.
Right. And and that's what I did spiritually.
And so
I decayed.
That's why a lot of niggas become so promiscuous sexually.
Right.
They empty. That's why niggas fuck. That's all niggas want, because they empty on the inside.
Right. Right.
And the only source of feeling good is having an orgasm.
Right.
That's why niggas fuck, fight, fuck, fight, fuck, fight, fuck. And ain't nothing in between, homie, damn near till they 40, 50 years old.
And you know what? That expression, that's cold. That's cold blood. He cold. A dead body is cold.
That's that emptiness.
Yeah, a dead body is cold.
That's that nigga walking around empty. When you look in his eyes, you can't connect. That's that empty soul.
Right.
He's just a shell of a man. Yeah, he hurt everybody everywhere he go.
That's right.
That's that empty soul.
That's right. And that's the Empty Man Podcast.
Yeah, I would say, well, shit, man, how that nigga come up with the Empty Man Podcast? Right. And it was so deep, I couldn't even think into it until you started explaining it to me.
Right.
Yeah, so it make a lot of sense. Most of us are empty till we meet a good woman.
Right.
Most niggas walking around, we empty in a motherfucker, homie, till we meet a good woman.
Right.
And then that's when we start to try to live and thrive as men.
Right.
So that's why all good men need a great woman.
Right.
In order for him to be great. He can be good, but he'll never be great by himself. He got to have a woman.
Right.
He got to have a partner. He have to have some companionship. Because your partner and your companionship remind you of how great you are.
Right.
The world won't.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's why choosing the right partner to have in life, whether that's your friends, whether that's the right motherfucker to sit next to in class. Because you get to pick your seat sometime. Mm-hmm. And where you choose to sit at in class, homie, will determine, what you get out of class.
And I don't think we get it as black folks too. Your friends and especially your relationship is the greatest investment you're going to make in life. It may not be it is a financial.
They determine your outcome.
It does.
Yeah, if you want to know where you're going, look at your 5 closest friends.
Right.
Do that every 6 months. Look at your 5 closest friends. Y'all go out y'all go out to eat, go get drunk, have fun, and you just sit and look at them motherfuckers.
Right.
Yeah, just sit and look at them and say, man, why I'm with her? Why I'm with him? Why? And do it. Y'all get drunk and see how they all act drunk. And then you'll see why you ain't got a raise on your job.
Right.
Yeah. Go look at your friends and then look in the mirror and then everything else will add up. Right.
So I had my childhood wasn't all bad. I don't want to make it seem like that.
Yeah, we don't know it be bad because we were born into it.
Correct.
Yeah, you can be born into hell and you don't know that's hell till you grow up.
And one thing I want you to we'll talk about off camera, but one of the good things in my life that sticks out is I had a chance to go to a camp.
Yeah.
It was kind of a...
It wasn't Sandusky camp.
Nah.
Where was he at? He wasn't up here. Okay, that's Penn State. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that's Duke. My bad, Duke.
No, but I got to go to this camp, and it was it's outdoors. You know, we learned how
nature.
Right, nature.
Yeah.
And man, those were some of the best, most memorable times of my childhood. And I was one of very few black boys there. And I hate that.
Camp Carter. Sound like Camp Carter. Every year they go take some kids. It's one in Fort Worth, very expensive camp. So it'd be like $1,000 a week, homie, for
wow, that's crazy.
It's very expensive, but you go shoot the bow and arrow, you go canoe, you go do all the shit. Yeah. And it's gonna create a lifetime memory.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, and the last day I would cry every time I would leave there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because you got to go back, because now you get to see something outside your world. You see where you come from. This really ain't normal.
Right.
You get to go somewhere where when you wake up, your money's still in your pocket.
Right. Exactly.
You didn't have to fight.
Right.
You were trying to fight. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You might have been trying to fight, but you don't have to fight in this world.
Right.
Back there, you have to fight.
Right.
So when you get to compare the two worlds, homie, some people strive to want to move toward that world, or they go back in that world and become worse because they realize I ain't got this.
Right.
So it's good for some and then it's bad for others.
Right.
To see that just once a year.
Right.
Yeah. It becomes a stark reminder that, man, I'm living in some conditions that's not good. And as a kid begins to become aware of that, that's what make a nigga start selling drugs. Mm-hmm. That's what make children start getting involved in crime. Mm-hmm. That's where the financial aspect of committing crimes comes in for children living in poverty. They start to become aware. Most children who grow up in poverty, they don't know they poor.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know they poor.
Right.
When they start to realize their conditions, that's when children become dangerous. Mm-hmm. They understand their conditions.
Right.
Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Children aren't supposed to know evil.
Right.
Poverty shows children evil.
Mm-hmm.
And look what it's producing.
Yeah.
These ain't single parent households plays a great part in what we see in the criminal elements of our society. But poverty plays a greater part.
Yeah.
Poverty plays a way greater part, homie. Being poor and then realizing you're poor, understanding you're poor. Most grown folks are depressed poor. So imagine a kid gaining an understanding of their conditions. Mm. What would that do?
With an undeveloped brain.
Yeah, so that's the big sister or the big brother who realize that their mother is on drugs. And they go out to sell candy. They go out to cut yard to bring that food, that money back home to buy Pampers for their younger siblings, to buy milk for their younger siblings because their mother is on drugs. They're not doing this to buy candy. They're not doing this to buy a video game. They literally are doing this as children, going to the store and purchase Pampers and milk to bring home because their mother is on drugs.
Right.
A lot of our friends was in that condition. Mm-hmm. It was guys like me who was coming along selling drugs just to sell drugs for fun.
Right, me too.
You see what I'm saying? So when a child becomes aware of the conditions, that's when it becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
And so